New water restrictions have been imposed in Cape Town, South Africa.
In India, rising temperatures threaten to make a severe water crisis there even worse.
The greatest global risks of our time, the shortage of water.
By 2050, the United Nations says more than 5 billion people could be facing water shortages across the globe.
Water scarcity is the lack of sufficient water sources to meet the demand of the region. Water scarcity, which is very prominent in the rising issue, has caused many issues to be derived. For our more knowledge and for completion of our research on the topic, then for further data we conducted surveys of local people and cross cultures, as well as to interview of experts in this team in these field. Some of the causes of water scarcity include excess usage of water in domestics, less reservoirs to store water from rain and rivers, less water wastage treatment plants, and most importantly is no awareness. Other causes may include globalization, climate change, agriculture and irregular management. Water scarcity will lead to electrical water shortage, increase in diseases, starvation, lack of access to clean water, food shortages, civil war, death toll increasing and lower economy. Overall it will lead to dehumanization. We need to overcome this, and for doing so we should increase sewage infrastructure, build more dams, conserve water, expand our usage of grey water, combat water pollution, increase awareness and provide rainwater harvesting systems. The government should make laws for less water wastage.
How is water scarcity affecting us?
Okay. Water scarcity is affecting us on the earth. You can see the example of the South Africa. Just now in 2019, the peoples have no water. Even in Pakistan, the per capita of the water in 1951, we have 5,000 gallon per capita water. But now in 2019, we have just 945 gallon per capita. It means that we have only water storage of 30 days.
What will be the consequences if we use water like wastewater, like we are wasting it right now?
Okay, so the main consequences for wasting water is that there will be no water in 2050, there will be no water for our future generations, and there will be no water for life in Pakistan if we will not give the awareness to the people, and if we will not do the management of the water, and if we will not store the water. So these are the things we should take care, and there should be awareness. And like you students know, you are doing this kind of the interviews for awareness of the thing. So if everyone should aware for these kind of the steps, then we can save our next generation.
Well, my name is Mohammed Rizwan, and I have the duties to look after the environmental issues in Punjab.
My second question, what are the causes of water contamination in Punjab?
Almost all the municipal sewage in the province is disposed of, and untreated. Very few industrial units have installed water treatment plants. Major industry responsible for water pollution is in textile, tanneries, pulp and paper, sugar, cement, fertilizers and petrochemicals. The discharge of the untreated water from municipal and industrial source is the major cause of water contamination. Overuse of pesticides and fertilizers also contain contaminates both surface and groundwater.
To which areas of Punjab are affected by water scarcity and contamination?
Pakistan Council of Research in Water Resource report published in 2018 says that by 2025 there will be very little or no clear water available in the country. Water contamination is being observed in all major and industrial districts of Punjab. These mainly include Lahore, Kasur, Shekhupura, Gujranwala, Faisalabad, Multan, Bahawalpur and Rawalpindi. The most affected areas in the province, Lahore, Lodhra, Vehadi, Khanewal and Multan, have lost 90% of their underground water. The area of Faisalabad, Toba, Tehsing, Laiya, Bhakkar, Chang are also facing water scarcity.
Thanks. I will ask you, what are the steps taken by the government of Punjab to prevent and cure water issues?
Well, we do have a plan for it, and that is the Environmental Department is a regulatory body. It has established 8 environmental labs for testing of wastewater and drinking water quality in Punjab province. EPD has established its field offices in 36 districts of Punjab province of effective regulatory control. And thirdly, inspection of pollution causing industries and conducted by EPA labs and EPA field officers are necessary. Legal action under Punjab Environmental Protection Act is taken against them. Fourthly, EPD has issued necessary directions to all of the field officers to regulatory monitor wastewater and water of pollution causing industries. Due to the strict legal action by EPA, 176 industrial units in Punjab have installed wastewater treatment plants to treatment of their wastewater. Legal proceedings against remaining industries are under process in EPA and Environmental Tribunal. Fourthly, NOCs to all the industrial units are issued with the direction that they will install water waste treatment plants to prevent water pollution. EPA is issuing environmental approval to housing societies, industrial units with the direction to adopt rainwater harvesting techniques to utilize rainwater. Due to strict legal actions of EPA against cement plants, they have shifted their process to zero water discharge. And lastly, EPD has also established 15 water quality monitoring stations across Punjab under Asian Development Bank assisted project.
Are you given help by the United Nations or any world organization tackling water issues in Pakistan?
Oh yes, the United Nations also provides assistance for achieving sustainable development goals. This assistance is provided to the department that directly deal with provision of services, such as housing, urban planning and public health engineering department, local government department.
The rate of water pollution in Pakistan as compared to other countries?
It's so very hard to provide any estimate. However, the rate of water pollution in developing countries like Pakistan is on higher side as compared to the developed countries. The developed countries also pollute their environment during the way towards development. More than 80% of the world's wastewater flows back into the environment without being treated or reused. According to the United Nations, in some last developed countries, the figure tops 95%. In developing countries, 70% of the industrial waste are dumped untreated into waters. More than 80% of sewage is developing in developing countries is discharged untreated, polluting rivers, lakes, and coastal areas. This figure might be on lower side for developed countries. Thank you.
Thank you for your question.
There are some of cross cultures we did from a developed and an undeveloped country, America and Libya. The crux part of the information we received from Libya was that there were issues of water scarcity due to pollution and overusage. Also, government of Libya is not paying such attention to this issue and that natural aquifers of Libya are salt contaminated. America, however, had no water scarcity problems as their government is keen to provide water to the civilians. We chose to investigate this issue among all others because it was the major issue that has caused many deaths, and also we wanted people to be aware about the issue's drawbacks so they may reduce water consumption. Moreover, a research shows that over the past 40 years the world's population has doubled and the use of water has quadrupled. For the fulfillment of aim and for the awareness, we will post this video on YouTube, and Flex will be placed on a billboard which is located on Grand Trunk Road. So at last, we should use water when needed. Do not waste it so our future generations may be provided with this blessing.